I'm 92 years old, and this morning, before most people even opened their eyes, I hung my own laundry. I walked to my mailbox and back. I made my own breakfast. I sat down and read my book in silence. No help, no shortcuts, no excuses, and I did all of it, while people half my age were still hitting the snooze button. Now, whenever people hear that, they stop me and ask, how? How are you still doing all that at 92? What's your secret? Is it luck or something else? My name is Opel June, and in my last video, I told you something most people don't want to hear. I told you what to stop doing, and a lot of you listened, but here's the truth nobody tells you. Stopping bad habits is only half the story. You can quit every bad thing in your life. You can cut out the sugar, the laziness, the excuses, and still sit in a chair all day doing absolutely nothing. Still feel empty, still feel tired, still feel like life is just passing you by. I know that because I lived it. After my husband Earl passed away, everything went quiet. The house didn't feel like a home anymore. No footsteps, no voice calling my name from the other room. No Opal, what's for supper tonight? Just silence. And for a while, I almost gave up. I sat in that house doing nothing, going nowhere, waking up with no reason to get out of bed. I remember thinking, what's the point anymore? And that's the moment most people don't come back from. That's where they slowly fade. Not all at once, but little by little, day by day. But something in me refused. One morning, I didn't have a big plan. I didn't have motivation. I didn't have strength. I just got up. That's it. And then I did one small thing, just one. The next day, I did another. And over time, those small things turned into 7 simple habits. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive, nothing you need a gym membership or a doctor for, just small everyday actions that slowly, quietly changed everything. These 7 things didn't just keep me alive. They gave me a reason to live again. And today, I'm going to share all 7 with you. But listen carefully, because the last one is the one that saved my life more than all the others combined. Number 1, I went back to real butter. Now I know what you're thinking already. Butter? At your age? Isn't that bad for you? That's what they told us, didn't they? For years. Throw away the butter. Use margarine instead. Use those vegetable oils in the plastic bottles. So like everyone else, I listened. I switched. I trusted what the labels said. But then one day, I started thinking about something. My mother, she cooked with butter her entire life. Real butter. Real food. She lived to 96, strong till the end. My grandmother, same story. Butter, lard, food from the land. She passed at 90, with clear eyes and a strong heart. Those women didn't count calories. They didn't read labels. They didn't follow trends. They just ate what was real. And somewhere along the way, we stopped doing that. We replaced real food with things made in factories, oils with names we can't pronounce, ingredients we can't even read properly. And funny enough, that's when people started getting sicker. So about 30 years ago, I made a decision. I went back to real butter, back to olive oil, back to simple food. And let me tell you something. That was a turning point in my life. I didn't notice it overnight, but slowly I could feel the difference. My stomach felt calmer. My energy felt steadier. Even my eyes felt clearer. And today, at 92, my mind is still sharp. Now even science is starting to admit, maybe we got it wrong. I had a friend, Betty, God rest her soul. She trusted those healthy labels, used that fake spread for 20 years because the box told her it was better. She believed it. Her heart gave out at 72. That stayed with me. Every single morning, I put real butter on my toast. No guilt, no fear. Just simple, real food. Now let me tell you something most people completely ignore. What you do in the first hour of your morning decides how the rest of your day feels. Not your job, not your age, not your luck, your morning. Number 2, I eat the same simple breakfast every single day. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated, just 2 eggs, a piece of toast with real butter, and a warm cup of tea. That's it. And I've been eating this same breakfast for, must be over 30 years now. People hear that and they laugh a little. My granddaughter once looked at my plate and said, "Grandma, don't you get bored eating the same thing every day?" And I smiled. Because no, I don't. You know why? Because my body isn't confused. It knows exactly what's coming. Every single morning, it's ready. There's no guessing, no stress, no standing in front of the refrigerator thinking, what should I eat today? I've already decided that years ago, and that simple decision saves me more energy than you can imagine. See, most people start their mornings in chaos. They skip breakfast or grab something quick and sugary, or worse, just drink coffee on an empty stomach and run out the door. And then what happens? By 10 o'clock, they're shaky. By noon, they're tired, irritated, snapping at people for no reason. And suddenly, they're reaching for something sweet. Not because they want it, but because their body is begging for it. That's not hunger. That's your body crying for help. I don't have that problem because every morning I give my body what it understands, simple, warm, real food, and in return, it carries me through the day, steady, no crashes, no sudden tiredness, no need to lie down in the middle of the day, just balance. At 92, that's all I ask for, and that's exactly what I get. But even with the right food, your body still needs something else before it can truly move well. And this next one might be the quiet reason I'm still on my feet today. Number 3, I stretch before I even get out of bed. Now this sounds small, too small maybe. Most people will hear this and think, that can't make a difference. But I'm telling you, this one habit might be the reason I haven't fallen in years. Every morning, before my feet touch the floor, I stay right there in bed, and I start small. I roll my ankles left, right, slowly. Then I move to my wrists, making little circles in the air. Then my neck, turning gently side to side. Nothing fast, nothing forced, just waking up my body piece by piece. It takes me 5 minutes. That's it. 5 quiet minutes before the day begins. You have to understand something. At 92, my body doesn't just start anymore. It needs time. It needs patience. It's like an old car on a cold morning. You don't just turn the key and speed off. You let it run for a moment. You let the engine warm up. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm warming myself up before asking my body to carry me. And the difference? It's everything. My back doesn't lock up when I stand. My knees don't scream at me the moment I put weight on them. I feel loose, ready, in control. And most importantly, I haven't fallen, not once, in years. Now that might not sound like a big deal to you, but at my age, that's the difference between independence and never coming home again. Just this year, 3 women from my church fell. 3. All of them said the same thing. I got up too fast. Their bodies weren't ready. And down they went, one of them. Never made it back home from the hospital. All of that. From a moment of rushing. From skipping 5 simple minutes. So let me tell you this clearly. 5 minutes of moving slow can save you years of pain. Now listen carefully. Because what I'm about to tell you is where most people quietly give up on their bodies without even realizing it. Number 4, I move my body every single day. And no, I'm not talking about exercise. I've never stepped foot in a gym in my life. I don't lift weights. I don't count steps. I don't wear one of those watches telling me how far I walked. I don't do any of that. I just move. Some mornings, I walk to the mailbox and back. That's it. Other days, if my legs feel strong, I go a little farther, around the block, slowly, taking my time. And most days, you'll find me outside, in my garden, pulling weeds, watering tomatoes, bending down, then standing back up, over and over again. And let me tell you something people don't think about. I still hang my own laundry, reaching up, pinning those sheets on the line that uses your arms, your shoulders, your back. It stretches you, it wakes you up, and at the same time, it puts fresh air in your lungs. That's more powerful than any machine in a gym. My husband Earl used to laugh at me. He'd say, "Opal, you've got ants in your pants. You just can't sit still." And I'd laugh back and tell him, "Those ants are the only reason I'm still alive, Earl." We both laughed, but I meant every word, because I've seen the other side of it. I've watched what happens when people stop moving. Not because they can't, but because they choose not to. My neighbor Harold, he retired at 65, sat down on his couch one day and said, "I've worked enough, time to rest." And rest he did. Day after day, that couch became his world. His wife would beg him, "Harold, come outside just for a walk." And he'd always say the same thing, "Maybe tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. He was gone at 70. That's how it happens. Not all at once, not with a big warning, just small choices, repeated every day. Sit a little longer, move a little less, wait until tomorrow, until one day. Your body forgets how to move at all. So hear me when I say this. You don't need to run. You don't need to lift heavy things. You don't need a program. You just need a reason to get up. Walk to the end of your street. Pull one weed. Hang one towel. That's it. Give your body a reason to keep going, and it will. But movement alone is not enough, because if your nights are broken, your days will always feel heavy. Number 5, I follow my body's natural sleep rhythm. I go to bed early, and I wake up early every single day, no exceptions. I'm in bed by 9, and I'm up by 5. No alarm clock. My body just knows. Now, when people hear that, they look at me like I've lost my mind. 9 p.m.? What about your shows? What about your evening? And I tell them, my evening ends at 9. So my life can begin at 5. Because let me tell you something about early mornings that most people will never understand. At 5 a.m., the world is different. It's quiet, still, peaceful. No phones ringing, no noise, no demands, just silence. I sit on my porch with my tea in my hands, and I listen. Birds waking up, the air moving softly. And in that moment, before the world rushes in, I find myself again. That's my time, the cleanest, calmest part of the day, and I get to have it every single morning because I respect my night. See, your body has a rhythm, a natural clock. They call it a circadian rhythm. And when you follow it, everything works better. You sleep deeper. You wake up clearer. Your mood lifts. Your mind sharpens. But when you fight it, when you stay up past midnight, staring at a screen, watching things you won't even remember the next day, you break that rhythm slowly, quietly. You wear yourself down. And you feel it in the morning when you can't get up, at noon when you feel drained in your body, when everything feels heavier than it should. I've lived long enough to notice something. Everyone I know who stays up late looks older than they are, not just in their face, but in their energy, in their spirit. I'm not saying that to judge you. I'm saying it because I wish someone had told me earlier. The morning is a gift, but you don't get it for free. You earn it the night before. And for the past 30 years, I've been earning that gift every single day. I can't even remember the last time I missed a sunrise. Now we've talked about your body, how you move, how you eat, how you sleep, but there's something even more fragile than your body, something people don't realize they're losing until it's already slipping away. Number 6, I read 10 pages every single day. Now, before you say it, I don't have time. I'm not a reader. That sounds boring. Just listen. I'm not asking you to read for hours. I'm not asking you to pick up some big, heavy book. All I do is read 10 pages. That's it. Some days it takes me 20 minutes. Some days, even less. And it doesn't have to be anything special. Some mornings, I read my Bible. Other days, I pick up a little mystery novel from the library. My friend brings me one every couple of weeks. Simple stories, nothing fancy. But here's why it matters. That it keeps my mind alive. At 92, your body slowing down is natural. But your mind, that's something you fight to keep. I still remember things, names, dates, conversations. I remember what I ate yesterday. I remember what my granddaughter told me on the phone last Tuesday. I even remember the color of the dress I wore at Earl's funeral. And no, that's not luck. That's practice. Because I've seen the opposite. I've seen people in their 60s, even their 50s, start to forget. Little things at first, names, places, words in the middle of a sentence, and then one day they forget who they're talking to. I'll be honest with you, that scares me more than death. Dying, that doesn't frighten me much anymore. But losing my mind while my body is still alive, forgetting my own memories, the people I love, the life I lived, that terrifies me. So every single day, no matter how I feel, I read my 10 pages, like medicine, like a quiet promise to myself that I'm not going to let go without a fight. It's the cheapest habit I have, but it might be the most powerful because it's the reason I'm still me. But even if you take care of your body, even if you protect your mind, there's still one thing that can quietly break you from the inside: loneliness. Number 7, I show up for people at least once a week. Now, people call it socializing, but to me, it's survival. For me, it's church every Sunday, same place, same bench, where Earl and I used to sit together. But it doesn't have to be church. It can be anything. A lunch with a friend, a short walk with a neighbor, a simple phone call, 10 minutes. That's all it takes. Because when you get older, life gets quieter, too quiet. After Earl passed, the house changed. It didn't just feel empty, it felt still. No footsteps in the hallway, no voice calling my name, no one asking, "What's for supper, Opal?" Just me. And the truth is, the world keeps moving. Your children get busy. Their lives fill up. And even if they love you, they don't always have time. At least, that's what they tell you. So one Sunday, I made a choice. I didn't feel like going. I didn't want to get dressed. I didn't want to sit there alone. But I went anyway. I sat in that same spot where me and Earl had sat for 40 years. And for a moment, it hurt. Bad. But then something happened. Someone smiled at me. Someone said, "Good to see you, Opal." And just like that, I wasn't invisible anymore. Now I go every Sunday, and some days, when the house feels a little too quiet, I pick up the phone and call someone, even if it's just for a few minutes. Because here's what I've learned. You don't just need to hear someone else's voice. Someone out there needs to hear yours. I've watched strong people fade away, not because they were sick, not because they were weak, but because they were alone. No one visited, no one called, no reason to get dressed, no place to go. And slowly, they disappeared. You can do everything else right, eat well, move daily, sleep early, and still lose the fight to loneliness. Earl and I sat in that church for 40 years, and even now, when I sit there alone, sometimes, I swear, I can still feel him beside me. You show up enough times for the people you love, and they never really leave that place, not even when they're gone. So go somewhere. Show up for someone, because one day you're going to need someone to show up for you. So that's it. Those are the 7 things that brought me back to life. Real butter, a simple breakfast, stretching before I rise, moving every day, sleeping with the rhythm of my body, reading to protect my mind, and showing up for people. Now listen closely, because this is the part most people miss. A little while ago, I told you about the things I stopped doing. And yes, those things helped keep me alive. That's true, but being alive is not the same as living. You can be alive and still feel empty. You can be alive and still feel lonely. You can be alive and still wake up every morning, wishing the day would just pass. I've felt that. After Earl died, there were mornings I didn't want to get out of bed. Not because I was tired, but because I didn't see the point. I remember lying there, staring at the ceiling, thinking, who's going to know if I just stay here today? Who's going to care if I don't get up? And that's a dangerous place, not for your body, but for your spirit. But then something small would come to mind, not something big, not something dramatic, just my cup of tea, or my eggs waiting in the kitchen, or the garden outside needing a little water, or those 10 pages I hadn't read yet. Tiny things, simple things, but they were enough to swing my feet off the bed, enough to put them on the floor. And that's when I realized something I wish I had understood much earlier in life. Living is not about big moments. It's not about having everything figured out. It's not about fixing your whole life overnight. Living is about finding enough small reasons to get out of bed in the morning. That's it. At 92, I don't chase big dreams anymore. I don't need grand plans. All I need is a reason to put my feet on the floor. And every one of those 7 habits gives me that reason. So if you're sitting there right now, feeling stuck, feeling tired, feeling like it's already too late, listen to me carefully. You don't need to change your whole life tonight. You don't need motivation. You don't need perfection. You just need to start small tomorrow morning before you even get out of bed. Move your ankles left, right, left, right. That's it. The next day, maybe take a short walk. The day after that, make yourself a simple breakfast, one step at a time, one habit at a time, one small promise kept every day, because that's how you rebuild a life, not all at once, but piece by piece. And one day you'll wake up and realize you didn't just survive, you came back. Now go on. I've kept you long enough. Your morning is waiting, and trust me, it's worth getting up for. If this message spoke to you, don't just scroll away. Take one small step tomorrow morning and come back here to tell me what you chose. And if you're still here, that tells me something. You're not ready to give up. So subscribe, stay close, and let's keep walking this road together, one simple habit at a time. Because the truth is, it's never too late to start living again.